Oh my.
What do you got?
What is
there you go.
there?
Just start with a leading comma, though. That's what you needed.
Oh, I need the thumb. Yeah, you're right.
Right, you need the thumb.
Welcome back to another episode of 1980s Now, a weekly examination of the importance of 1980s pop culture and its continued influence. Today, I just added the word continue. Mm-hmm. My name is Will. Joining me as always are my friends and co-hosts, Kat and John. Hey, guys. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how are ya?
Good, thanks.
I am great.
Lovely. That's what I like to hear.
And I am grateful in this Thanksgiving season here as we...
Me too.
I'm grateful for you two guys, especially, for going on this adventure with me. I've got to say, I've done a few interviews in the last few days that'll air at some point in the next coming weeks, and I'll tell you all about them when they happen. But more than one, two, or someone say two.
What's going on? What are you laughing about already?
I thought he had some interviews to replace us. I thought he was thanking us for going on this adventure with him, and then he had some interviews.
Fortunately, your services will no longer be required.
I wanted to do it publicly. No,
you were saying?
No, I don't want to replace you guys. I'm very grateful for you. What I was going to say is two of the three interviewers commented about how great you guys are and how they love our chemistry together. And
now I'm not mad that you talk to them anymore.
I wasn't... Are you thinking what Kat said is true? It wasn't job interviews. Goodness.
I'm also thankful for the two of you. And you know, I'm particularly thankful for Thanksgiving, the much maligned and ignored holiday.
Oh.
I've been to 4 local stores on the day after Halloween, Christmas music. Now, I know there's no Thanksgiving music, but still, does it have to be Christmas music?
The day after Thanksgiving is when Christmas music can start.
That's what I think. So I'm going to propose a new Thanksgiving tradition called yamming. What you do is because Christmas music can be the day after Thanksgiving. We all agree on that. Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do is like Halloween, you go out on Thanksgiving Eve.
Oh.
And if you find any houses that have Christmas lights or decorations up already, you dump a can of yams on their front step.
Okay. Yeah.
And go, there, remember Thanksgiving? You forgot about it. I want to make it a thing nationwide. Yamming.
I was prepared to throw them, not just dump them. Yeah. I think maybe some velocity.
You can do whatever you want. You can smear. You can knock on the door and put a shove at their face. Whatever you want to do, as long as you put a whole can of yams at their residence to illustrate your displeasure with their disregard for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Kat and I are from New Jersey. We both imagined throwing them. Kat, mine weren't cooked. Mine were not even ripe.
Wow.
They were as hard as they could be.
Oh, wow.
We're breaking windows.
Yeah, we're breaking windows.
You have, yes, like orange, oddly shaped bricks is what you have.
Well, yeah, I'm from Jersey City, so yeah, that's what we would do, yeah.
It's like just tossing potatoes at people. Slam!
We have Mischief Night, and you know, this doesn't sound all that different than Mischief Night, that we'd have a second
it sounds
sort of.
very much like it.
There you go.
And John, I'm all for this. I like this idea.
We'll go yamming.
I was at a Target on November 1st, and they were playing Christmas music, and I agree. I felt offended. I didn't mind they were even selling the merch, the Christmas merch. That was a little off-putting, but the music,
that is okay. And like I said, there's no Thanksgiving music, and there's no Thanksgiving merch, really. You know, would you like a new cornucopia? No, I have one in the attic already. Right? There's not that much decoration to do. I get that. Just stop skipping ahead. Like give it the week. Give it the week. That's all you need.
And I'm grateful for you both. I love hanging out with you here.
Oh, yeah. And I'm grateful for everybody joining us live right now on Facebook and YouTube. As we record this episode, I'm going to share I'm going to say it's Thanksgiving adjacent. I'm really going to crowbar that. But I've been wanting to talk about this story, and I'll tell you honestly why Thanksgiving reminds me of it in just a moment. But let's say hi to Karen and Marcus and Ted and...
Yay!
I know there's somebody else I missed. Hey, if you don't say hi while you're watching us live, we don't know you're there. So... if you're out there anyway, say, hello, and thank you. Karen says, Jingle Bells was originally supposed to be a Thanksgiving song.
That's true.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle. Yeah, I mean, what is that? You're just talking about going through the snow and... Yeah,
the horse bells are ringing and you're going to, whatever.
Yeah.
Grandma's house or something. Yeah. It's not specific to Christmas, but we have made it so.
Mm-hmm. On today's show, I'm going to tell you the true tale of Balloonfest. It's an event that took place in Cleveland in 1986, and it was a publicity stunt of sorts to try to rescue the damaged reputation of the city there. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to tell you that. And I guess we could just get to it, right? We're not going to talk about news. We're just going to talk about this.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the reason why I think of this Cleveland story, this actual Cleveland story, as a Thanksgiving story, or what reminded me of it. If you recall, on October 30th, 1978, that date means nothing to you except it's the day before Halloween when we were kids. But that's when the 7th episode of the first season of CBS's popular WKRP in Cincinnati finds the bad news bears of radio celebrating Thanksgiving. And possibly inspired by an actual radio promotion, I found two possible things that may have, sort of fueled the writers' imaginations. The characters on the show, including station manager Arthur Carlson, played by Gordon Job, of course, attempts to pull off the greatest Thanksgiving promotion in radio history, dropping turkeys from a helicopter. The stunt, which is kept secret from everybody except the station's sales manager, Herb Tarlick, is covered by on-the-scene reporter Les Nessman. And back at the station, in the broadcast booth, we see Dr. Johnny Fever, Andy Travis, Venus Flytrap, and Bailey Quarters gathered all around to hear the broadcast, but they recoil in horror as Nessman recounts the gory details of the event unfolding before him. That is, until his transmission is caught.
The copter seems to be circling the parking area now. I guess it's looking for a place to land. No, something just came out of the back of the helicopter. It's a dark object. Perhaps a skydiver plummeting to the earth from only 2,000 feet into the air. Second to the third. There's no parachutes yet. Those can't be skydivers. I can't tell just yet what they are, but... Oh, my God, they're turkeys! Johnny, can you get this? Oh, they're crashing to the earth right in front of my eyes! One just went through the windshield of a parked car! This is terrible. The cars running around, pushing each other. Oh, my goodness! Oh, the humanity! People are running about. The turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement. Folks, I don't know how much longer the crowd is running for their lives. I think I'm going to step inside. I can't stay out here and watch this any longer. No, I can't go in there. Children are searching for their mothers, and not since the Hindenburg tragedy has there been anything like this. I don't know how much longer I can hold my position here, Johnny. The crowd...
Thanks for that on-the-spot report, Les. Those of you who just tuned in, the Pinedale Shopping Mall has just been bombed with live turkeys. Film at 11.
Man.
I love that show. I used to watch it when it came on. In the
I used to
brilliant
try to watch it.
You tried to watch it, you said?
Like when it came on, we were supposed to be in bed, but from the door of our bedroom, we had a clear view of the TV. So I would be up on my bunk bed, just peeking around, watching what I was supposed to be sleeping through.
Yeah.
Yep.
And of course, there's a brilliant tag at the end of the episode that comes from Mr. Carlson himself.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
And the credits roll. And not only does this remind me of our topic today, but the message that I just played for you from Mr. Carlson sums up a lesson, I think, that can be learned from Balloonfest, as we'll see. And that is the importance of doing your own research.
Now, I don't want to steal any of your thunder for what you have lined up, because I don't know what you have lined up. But something that I learned later, and I don't know if anybody else recognizes it. I mean, if you heard the two, you do, but Les Nessman's reporting there is very Hindenburgian.
Sure.
In the tone, the way he's like, oh my God, the terror, how it's amplifying and it's so sensational what he's going through. If you ever listen to the original broadcast, the Hindenburg is going down. That guy is very over animated in how he's like, oh, I can't believe the terror, the travesty of what's happening right now before my very eyes. And that's kind of how I always, it could have been accidental that they made Les Nessman kind of do it in that way because he's witnessing such a horrific tragedy that no one thought could have happened.
And probably hard to understand, John, but he does say all the humanity during this broadcast there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think along those lines, I think it was pretty brilliant that they cut to the sound of it from the booth where it sounds more like that recording that we've heard where it's tinny and compressed.
Yes.
All right. So all right. Okay. So I'm going to tell you about Balloonfest, and I'm going to press a button here and get some music going. I have some new music. Let's see if this is going to work.
Ooh.
So dramatic. Here we go.
It was supposed to improve Cleveland's image. The hope was to lift the reputation of the city from its pollution-stained...
Oh, I already wrote something wrong.
No.
All right, I wrote this wrong. Oh, whatever.
That's okay.
The
Improvise.
hope was to lift the reputation of the city from its pollution-stained history into the limitless sky. But 39 years ago, what was a monumental event quickly turned into a disastrous one.
Oh.
This is the true tale of Balloonfest.
All right.
Was that a big pop?
Yeah.
I heard.
This will all be cut together and sound brilliant by the time it airs. We have to go back. We have to go way back to start this story. Back further than you could possibly have conceived.
Paleolithic?
Yeah.
Yes. Ooga shaka, ooga. Thanks to the Civil War, Cleveland became a manufacturing city almost overnight. The Cuyahoga River, which snakes 100 miles across Ohio, provided the ideal place for factories. Sherman-Williams Paint Company, Republic Steel, and Standard Oil all rose up from Cleveland, and the river bore the toxic legacy of their success. But no one cared. If anything, pollution was a sign of success.
I can hear John saying, "This is a great thing." My favorite line from the pickle thing. Pickle story.
Yes.
Pollution was a sign of success. By that measure, when the river caught fire in 1868, 1883, 1887, and 1912,
What?
1922,
What?
1936, and 1941, and 1948, and 1952,
I lost count.
it must have been cause for a celebration. We've made it! That changed, however, when the pollutants floating on the Cuyahoga went ablaze once more in 1969. And Time magazine made Cleveland an international embarrassment.
Oh, I heard the stinger. Is that when the Indians started crying?
It was in
About
the
the river?
70s, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ooh.
I think pollution generally was a problem in the 1970s, right? And
yeah.
probably before that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah.
if your river catches on fire once, wake up call. Second time, well, you have a reprieve. It sounds like a regular celebration that they do. You know, hey, it's about time for the ceremonial lighting of the river.
Yeah, if it's a good thing, let's just go set it on fire ourselves. Have it burning all the time. Yeah.
It's like the river Styx. The boatman is taking you back and forth across the banks.
Into my boat you go.
I found this joke from Yakov Smirnov, the Russian comedian.
Oh.
In Russia, river burn you.
Close, John. In every country, they make fun of city. In U.S., you make fun of Cleveland. In Russia, we make fun of Cleveland.
Wow. Oh, man.
By 1986, the prospects for Cleveland, now known as the Mistake on the Lake, had improved, albeit slightly. More than a decade after a Time magazine featured the burning Cuyahoga on its cover, the area remained economically and ecologically challenged. And in spite of having won a bid to host the fledgling Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the reputation of Cleveland was mired in much the same way as the bloated rats floating atop its mighty waters.
Ugh.
Backstroke.
Yike.
is
The
a sign
word
of success. Dead animals.
Look at all the reds.
I saw a whole deer there once. Congratulations, everybody.
Barbecue.
While many sought ways to lift the status of the once great town, the United Way of Greater Cleveland focused on what they believed would erase Cleveland's decade-long history of environmental disaster. Balloons.
It's not the first thing that comes to mind for me.
Nope.
Not even the second or third.
No.
But I guess if you threw turkeys in the river and then set it on fire, I could see the Thanksgiving connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That would be.
How would you like
delicious.
your turkey? Burn them in the 8-foot section of the river. It gets really chars the
Hey,
the skin
get a little more of the
nicely.
Sherman-Williams on there. Less of the Republic Steel. The 3 different sauces.
Sauces.
The rats are a side dish.
Ooh, but a side of bloated rat. While perusing the pages of a Time magazine, Dr. George Fraser, the United Way Director of Marketing, fell upon a captivating centerfold.
Oh.
Boyoing.
In celebration...
Wait, did you just say boyoing?
Yeah, I don't know. I said centerfold.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, I'm just making sure. That's what I heard.
I heard it too, but I thought I must not know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, who Boyoing is?
No, Douglas Boyoing of Cleveland. The Boyoing family. They're well respected.
The world famous balloon makers. That'd be a good name for a balloon making family, Boyoing.
Boyoing.
The Boyoing brothers.
Yes.
fell upon a captivating centerfold. In celebration of what would have been Walt Disney's 84th birthday. I made up a new number briefly there. The first. 84th birthday. Disneyland released a record-setting 1 million balloons into the skies above the theme park. The event, dubbed Skyfest, had used 7,000 pounds of helium. Enough to lift 190 people that you don't really like. Here, hold this for a second, would you? Thank you. The photo inspired Fraser. If 1 million balloons brought joy to the already happiest place on Earth, imagine what bringing 2 million balloons and 14,000 pounds of helium to the EPA disaster known as Cleveland could do.
Wow.
And they also have rodent mascots, just like Disney. So the parallel is right there.
Yes.
Now you made me think they should have tied balloons to the bloated rats in the river.
So this was before people realized that balloons are an ecological problem.
Listen. If they didn't stop the river from going on fire, I think they're worried about a little rubber in the roads.
This is a great thing.
Look, the river's on fire. Balloons, not my top concern.
Yeah. Hey, would you guys mind if we dump more shit into your river? Are you kidding me?
As long as it's flammable. Every 4 years we purge it.
We need some more color.
Continue that list. Here we go.
To successfully launch the creatively named Balloonfest, Fraser contacted the man who had just set the record at Disneyland. But Treb Heining wasn't certain Cleveland could accomplish what the House of Mouse did. After all, he warned, Disney was a multi-million-dollar company with unlimited resources. To prepare 2 million balloons for flight would not only require the aid of technology, but enough humans to tie at least 3 balloons per minute for 8 hours.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Fraser
Yes.
assured Heining that Cleveland would use a resource that was as synonymous with industry as pollution. Child labor.
Oh, no.
So, Kat, I think I'm starting to see the problem. The clues are there if you listen closely to Will's story.
The single problem?
The problem specifically related to these balloons.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
The fact that they're setting up 2 million balloons, and they're having kids do it. And Will pointed out how many humans these balloons could raise. Have they considered a location to keep these balloons secure?
Wow.
I don't know where it's going, but I'm fearful.
Have you seen little Jimmy?
I see where you're going. Yeah. Could be one
Throw
of the...
flaming rats at it until they popped all the balloons.
Finally, it's like the movie Signs. It all comes together. Now I understand why the rats have been on fire. Shoot them at the balloons to save the children.
Don't make sense. What a twist.
And the kids are glowing. Thank God for the Sherman-Williams Paint Company's waste.
Oh, man.
Their labor needs satisfied. Balloonfest organizers focused on the technology necessary to corral 2 million balloons.
Corral.
String.
Engineer a shitload of string. Get that cat out of here. Oh, shit. Engineers constructed a 3-story.
Wait, what's the cat doing? Understand.
It was running
is
away
the
with the
cat
string.
popping the balloons?
It was fucking up the string.
Oh, he's running after
was
the
playing with the
string. Gotcha. I thought the cat was somehow clawing the balloons and rupturing them. I was like, what's the cat got? The string. Got it.
That's
They
also
love
a danger
string.
here.
Well, cats are just haul ass because they don't want to deal. You show a cat a balloon, he's not jumping on it.
No. Yeah, right. You're right.
He's gone. Yeah. Okay. All right. String. Got it. All right. Carry on. Sorry.
Engineers constructed a 3-story, 100 feet by 200 feet box in the southwest quadrant of Cleveland's public square. As secure as any of the nearby buildings, it could withstand wind gusts of 90 miles per hour.
Okay. What are you giggling at, John?
No, let's wrap this part
Just
up.
trying to
Go ahead.
anticipate.
High above sat a net built by the same company that had crafted the one that secured the immense cargo hold of the space shuttle. And although it could hold the 25,000 pounds of lift that would be generated by the balloons, it couldn't endure Cleveland's weather.
Oh. Huh. Wait, what time of year was this?
September.
September.
I was, yeah. So you addressed the lift. That's what I was concerned about. You have this box. So first, did anyone do the math and figure out how big the balloons are going to get? And is that enough space and whatever? And I was concerned. Yeah, okay. But then, and as a building, okay, it's secure. But you always think of like buildings, keep them from falling down. Mm-hmm. You never think of buildings being lifted up. You know?
That's not something we ever normally do.
You don't think is like, oh, I sure hope if something comes along and plucks this thing off the ground. So it sounds like the net could withstand it.
Yeah.
I'm wondering where the swerve is coming. I'm trying to find it, Kat, before we get there.
They had to, and in fact, when they approached the city, the building department, that was exactly the question that they raised. Well, yeah, we're used to gravity keeping everything down. You're building something that's intended to float up. So they said you have to build it in the same manner as you would any building. It has to be that safe and that's
so
secure,
the footing and
etc.
Yep,
yeah,
anchored and okay.
Yeah, and the construction of this box it looked like steel. It was a lot of bars. You could see through. It's like a giant cage of sorts. This 150 by 200 foot cage.
I'm imagining scaffolding with a net over the top.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. Yeah.
Yep. any given street in Manhattan, but with a net on top.
Right. Yes. Scaffolding. So you could kind of see through it. It's not like it has all these solid walls.
Yeah.
It's,
and that probably helped with the wind, because it is really windy downtown and in the area just generally, but as we'll see here.
Okay. Now, fortunately, helium is famously not flammable.
Okay.
So we have that going
That's
for
good.
us.
That's good.
I didn't know
That's
that.
good news. Yeah.
But just ask the Hindenburg.
Wait, what was the Hindenburg filled with?
Hydrogen.
Oh, right. Oh, gosh. Oh,
Hydrogen. In fact, as I recall, here's our history lesson that I'm going to get wrong. So the Hindenburg was a German dirigible. And in fact, the U.S. had cut off their supply of readily and cheaply available helium to Germany.
Oh.
Therefore, they said, let's just use hydrogen. It'll be fine. In fact, it's lighter, dummy. I won't need as much of it. And then it went all Cleveland River on them.
What a great idea. Yes.
This is a great thing.
Ingenuity. Okay. All right.
Oh, here we go.
Not everyone was counting down the minutes until Balloonfest. On September 26th, 1986, the evening before the event, Bernard Sulzer and Raymond Broderick went fishing on what was a peaceful Lake Erie. That is, until 8:30 that night, when a monster storm tore through Cleveland,
Oh my goodness.
snapping trees, launching newspaper boxes, and flooding streets. Ballonfest's space-age net was damaged. And Sulzer and Broderick's fishing vessel was capsized,
Oops.
kicking off.
God, how to minimize two guys getting dumped in Lake Erie and during a storm? Oops.
Well, did they survive, I hope? Uh-oh.
Fishing vessel was capsized, kicking off a search by the U.S. Coast Guard.
Oops.
Oops. Oh, man.
It's getting dark. Somebody light a match. Oh, no.
No.
So, look, this story is very involved. So, obviously, I just given you some of the highlights here. But yeah, the net gets damaged. And the organizers are staying at a hotel right outside, or right in the square there, overlooking where the balloons are going to be blown up by the children in the next, early next morning. Early next morning. And he sees this, newspaper boxes going flying around in the air, and they had these giant 10-foot by 10-foot balloons fastened to the net. The idea is they would unsecure those.
Wait.
Yeah.
100 cubic foot balloons?
Yeah. And I want to say
not all of them. You're talking about specific ones on the corners of the net we're going to.
They had about
Not every balloon, because I couldn't see these kids inflating 2 of those every minute. Like, Jesus.
Mommy, can I go home?
Okay. So there's some special large balloons that are 100, well, I guess not quite get pyre, but anyway, they're huge, 10 by 10. Got it.
Yes, and there's about, I want to say maybe 8 or 10 per side of the net on this squarish net. And the idea is when they unmoored those, or they just let those free, they would lift up the net.
That would lift the net and free the balloons.
And free
from
the
underneath
normally
net.
sized helium balloons.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you have a giant net floating in the air.
Still tethered on one end, probably, right? It's like open like a lid, I'm guessing.
Well,
you would put it all the way around. You would just send the net to space, right?
Yeah,
there
the
goes.
net was attached so that, that's what
There
it
we go.
seemed to be. It doesn't work out the way they planned, as we'll see, but that's the idea.
It was made by NASA. The net wants to be in space. It's okay.
Yeah. But also the net got damaged
Yes.
and it had holes in it. And so they were, it's
nets do.
in the middle of the night. And they thought, well, what are we going to do here? We're in trouble. So
were they bleeding balloons, you think?
It would have been. Yes, it would have been.
Okay. Right. Every 4 I put in, 1 escapes. Damn it.
So the crew overnight works on the net and fixes the net. So by the next morning, it's back.
Oh, they did?
Those 2 guys are still missing, though, Kat.
I was worried about them.
Yeah.
What about the guys in the boat? I am worried about them. I am.
Okay.
At 3 a.m., September 27th, 1986, buses delivered 2,500 students from the greater Cleveland area to downtown's public square. There, the child volunteers toiled away for hours, tying balloon after balloon. Motivated by the hope of earning a world record, they worked until the newly repaired net above was filled with roughly 1.5 million of the floating orbs.
Wow.
So they wound up downgrading the 2 million. They reduced it at some point.
Okay.
Try to make it a more realistic 1.5, which would still be enough for the record since Disney's record was only a million.
Yeah.
When the children's fingers blistered and bled, staff taped their young appendages and encouraged the youth to carry on.
Keep working.
Something like that was coming.
The naive minds of the young volunteers could not know the monster they had created.
In a moment, I'm going to show you some images.
Oh. Oh.
But it's quite, an awesome sight.
Oh.
Right. But here's a warning: if you're squeamish, you may want to look away at that portion of the show.
As John said, at some point they're going to be bleeding balloons.
Oh.
Maybe.
Or bloody balloons.
We'll have that already. That's from the fingers of the youth.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the kids actually, as a fundraiser, because this was part fundraiser, I believe there was $1 per balloon. You could they raised if you gave them $1, you could write a note and they affixed the note to the balloon. And I saw some accounts that suggested there may have been a contest to see whose note would go the farthest. And if they could confirm that, you would win some kind of prize. I couldn't find much more about that, but anyway, that seemed to be one account. But anyway, so there could be very bloodied notes, I guess is my point. There's DNA of these kids all over the Northeast.
Why is this balloon string red and wet?
Honey, put that down. Pennywise. Oh, no. It has to be Pennywise. All right.
By noon, September 27th, the launch was ready. Organizers had successfully hurdled several obstacles to reach the momentous occasion. Only one remained: the weather. Although the September day was sunny, the Weather Bureau warned that the 2 p.m. event would be interrupted by a storm. Oops. To avoid any issues, Treb Heining launched the balloons an hour earlier than planned.
Oh.
Finally, the net was released, and as it shifted, the nearly 1.5 million trapped balloons escaped in what Dr. George Fraser described as, quote, an atom bomb of joy.
Oh. Okay.
The thousands...
Okay.
Maybe the kids who were done.
So happy.
They celebrate the opposite in Cleveland. They're like Cat laughing at the thing.
Hilarious.
The thousands gathered in the center of Cleveland cheered at the awe-inspiring sight. Event organizers believed they had cleared the final obstacle. That is, until the balloons came raining back down.
Raining back down.
I'm going to show you this clip. Now, this is, so as I mentioned, they lost some of the balloons, the larger balloons that were intended to lift the net. So in the clip I'll show you, you see part of it seems that they did intend to attach it, like John's saying, so they could control the net. But according to what I read, they didn't have all the balloons in place that they wanted. So you see the net is only kind of partially lifted up, but it's enough for the balloons to escape. But this is the atom bomb joy.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Oh, I see some balloons leaking. Yep.
So you see the larger balloons on
There's
the
some
edge
leaking
there.
out. And then the ones on the edge.
Those are 10 by 10.
Looks like a big old jellyfish. Ooh.
The blob that ate Cleveland. Look at that.
In a moment, you'll see what does look like a mushroom cloud there.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It seems organic and alive. You know?
It does. Oh, wow.
Something out of a Marvel film or something.
So those are stuck ones.
Those are still under the net.
Shaped
Yes.
thing.
Eventually, they are free, but those are ones under the net. That's right. That's Terminal Tower in Cleveland, which someone described as looking as if it were being swarmed by ghosts.
Yeah. Or some giant bees. Wow.
Wait, that's all we get to see? Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. It wasn't as catastrophic as I had suspected, but they also climbed faster than I suspected. So at the first, it was this giant blob, for those listening, that's a great visual aid. Giant blob gently bleeding out from under, kind of creeping out from under the net. And there was just this big shape, which was cool. And it just kind of turned into looked like dirty sky. They were just so high up in the air and so many of them, it just looked like smog.
Yes. Yes. Like some factory was unleashing something really.
Right. Yeah.
This is a great thing. All right, we got more story, though. A couple more paragraphs here.
But what's up with the guys on the boat?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I forgot about that.
About
Well,
30 minutes.
How could you forget about them?
About 30 minutes after the cheers faded.
Which was almost immediate.
The squall arrived.
Oh no, the squall. Which sounds like a monster.
I thought I had a quote here. Let's see. I got it here.
I really do think the main people cheering were the children who were like, thank God we're done.
They're just right. We're so happy. It's finished.
They couldn't clap, John. They couldn't clap.
Oh, they couldn't clap.
They're just yelling, yay.
They're clapping their stumps together.
Bloodied stumps.
After 30 minutes after the cheers faded, the squall arrived. The dramatic drop in temperature and ensuing rain drove tens of thousands of the balloons screaming back to the ground.
Screaming balloons.
What was a joy to witness when ascending skyward became a nightmare once headed earthbound.
I have a quote here from somebody who was Fox 8's David Moss, who covered the event back then. Said it was overwhelming. Balloons start like boiling in the air. You thought, wow, we're going to drown in these balloons.
Oh my God.
Because they probably didn't go all the way to the ground. There's still helium.
Yeah.
So it's not like they ruptured. So I can imagine now they're sitting around like ground level or something. They're like
Oh, no, they come back to the ground.
Do they actually go all the way to the ground?
Yeah.
So are they sitting on the ground but still inflated?
What? Yeah. One of the guys said,
Okay.
I think it might
How
have been
does
the
that
organizer.
work?
Well, I think the organizer.
So it's like a sea of helium balloons that aren't heliuming anymore because the change in temperature?
Yeah, and I think it was Treb Heining, the guy who organized these things, said that when a helium balloon gets wet, it just drops.
Wow. I did not know
So people
that.
in the street, I can imagine like knee deep in balloons everywhere.
It's like being in a ball pit and you can't find your way to the top.
Yeah.
Everybody start stomping.
Wow.
Oh, and they're wet too. So they're splattery and bloody strings and abandoned notes and
And they're releasing helium, so now everyone sounds like Mickey Mouse too.
right.
Everybody run!
Everybody start stomping. Don't stop.
Michael Jackson's here, everyone. We can rest assured. We're safe. We should have known when there were 2,500 school children here. He'd appear. We hit the threshold.
No. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
I love Michael Jackson.
Yes.
His music. Okay, so they're headed back earthbound. Here we go.
Balloons spooked. An Arabian horse on a farm south of Cleveland.
Oh.
Okay.
The nearby Burke Lakefront Airport grounded planes.
Makes good sense.
The gas bags descended on Interstate 90,
Oh my God.
causing a 10-car pileup.
No way.
Thousands of the balloons littered the Canadian shores of Lake Erie.
Oh.
And worst of all, balloons on the waters of the Great Lake hampered the Coast Guard's efforts to rescue missing fishermen, Sulzer and Broderick.
Oh no.
Per the Guard, it was nearly impossible to spot a life jacket among the sea of balloons.
No. Oh no.
Oops, indeed.
Oh man. Please
So
tell
now-
me they become they somehow save them, like they get to grab onto the balloons and they keep them float. Oh,
Nope. Nope. Okay.
They're floating all right, Kat.
Oh no.
Not for the reason you think.
Like on the ground now. So those balloons
Yeah.
are now floating in the water,
Oh, they're
not hovering anywhere,
Oh, yeah.
but there they are.
They're on the water, and there's thousands on the lake. Oh, you know what? I've got some pictures for you, don't I? Let's
Do you?
I do here.
I'll take it.
I have a picture of them on the lake. I know. I think. Oh, yeah. Here's one picture.
Son of a bitch. Look at that.
Oh,
Balloons
my.
on Lake Erie here.
Oh,
Yeah, that would make it really hard to find a person. Oh.
Yeah, and so they had helicopter and boats looking. The helicopter they had to ground because of all the balloons in the air.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, the helicopter was looking to spot them from the sky, but
it looks like an entire bay of drowned clowns Just
And two
floating
fishermen.
softly. And
but the Coast Guard said, yeah, you couldn't tell the difference between a head and a balloon or a life jacket. The boats continued to search, but they were not. This hampered their ability to.
I see that. Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, one more paragraph here.
It wasn't until a week later that Broderick's body was found. Sulzer's body washed ashore a week after that. But it wasn't until years after Balloonfest that the true impact of the event was understood. The publicity stunt, which many hoped would remake the image of the mistake on the lake, had dumped thousands of balloons in the water and throughout the land of Cleveland. The United Way of...
Hope it didn't kill the rats.
Oh no, they're fine. They were dead already.
The rats were fine. Oh yeah.
The United Way of Greater Cleveland, which raised millions, also faced multi-million-dollar lawsuits as a result.
Oh.
And the very thing that had motivated the child volunteers became suspect. A contemporary search of the Guinness Book reveals no record for the most balloons ever released.
Oh my.
How did this not happen to Disneyland?
Okay.
I guess only 1 million balloons, no Cleveland weather,
Right.
not relegated to a bunch of kids in a net,
It was
and
probably
no storm.
more controlled, more planned, more.
All right,
Yeah.
here's where it gets more interesting.
Oh, more.
Yes.
Oh.
So it turns out it seems like very little had been written about Balloonfest since 1986.
Okay.
That is until 2011, when Cleveland's most popular newspaper, The Plain Dealer, printed a 25th anniversary article titled "Balloonfest Was Largely a Bust." In that article, Michael O'Malley suggested that Balloonfest was a, quote, cool idea, end quote, that ended up being more bad news than good. Much of what I just told you is inspired by the account that he gave us.
All right.
The Plain Dealer's 30th anniversary telling in 2016 largely repeated the 2011 version while trying to explain why the original telling was overly positive. So that was even nice.
Oh no.
And then in 2018, the Atlantic magazine's story carried a headline saying the event went, quote, horribly wrong, and used words like tragic and havoc. They also highlighted a 6-minute documentary that they shared online that's called The Doomed Cleveland Balloon Fest of '86. And a 20-telling of the tale in a web-based magazine had the headline, How Cleveland's Balloon Fest '86 Became a Disaster. And there are dozens of more videos and articles like that. Balloonfest, the colorful, deadly disaster. The Balloonfest disaster of 1986. The disaster of Balloonfest. Remembering the tragedy of Balloonfest, when Cleveland released 1.5 million balloons and 2 men died. Balloonfest, the spectacle that became a debacle. Now, it turns out that there's a lot more to this story, in such a way that maybe you should learn whether turkeys could fly or not before you drop them out of a helicopter. I'm going to suggest to you that the gentleman who wrote the article in 2011 had more work to do before he wrote this tragic account of Balloonfest. Setting the record straight. Check this out. This is just some bonus stuff. The first bit of information that is connected to Balloonfest that I shared with you, albeit tenuously, the 1970 Time magazine cover that highlighted the 1969 fire on the Cuyahoga River. In truth, Time magazine actually featured a picture of a much larger blaze that happened in 1952.
Oh.
Even though they called it the 1969 fire, it actually was from an older one, because the 1969 fire was actually very small and they were able to put it out so quickly they couldn't even get pictures of it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The story, however, did ignite a movement that led to the...
Ignite.
Yes, pun intended. That led to the creation of the EPA. And in 1970, the first Earth Day.
So it was a directly inspiring that.
Well, yeah, I've seen different accounts. In the very least, the Carl Stokes Jr., who I want to say was the mayor at the time or a congressman here in Cleveland, was behind it. I think it was he and his dad were both politicians who were shepherding things that led to the EPA. So partly it was by Cuyahoga. Yeah. But we've got a lot of sort of the other side of this from a 2024 documentary that examines the truth, or so it seems, about the Balloonfest. And here's some other information that, if left out of the story, makes it seem as dire as maybe it did earlier. It's true that United Way was sued in connection with the festival. Most notably, the owners of the spooked horse filed a lawsuit for damages and settled out of court for $5,000.
So what's the real damage of your horse getting spooked?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, it was a prize horse, a prize Arabian horse.
He was slightly startled. Pay me.
Well,
Emotional damages.
Yeah.
my guess is it couldn't perform however it did. After that, I'm not equestrian by any means.
Okay.
Every time it sees balloons now, it says, "Nay, I will not perform."
Yeah.
Oh, John.
$5,000.
But
If Will could do it, I could do it. Ignite the story.
More importantly, the wife of one of the fishermen also sued because she believed Balloonfest had prevented the rescue of her deceased husband.
That, yeah, I can see.
But an autopsy revealed that the men had perished hours before the balloons were released.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So
Calm down, Margaret. They were already dead. That's a great relief. Oh, I feel so much better now.
We didn't kill them. They watered it. Yeah.
water did kill them.
In that regard, they got lucky though, right? Had they capsized...
They got lucky? Thank goodness she didn't die by balloon.
not the fishermen.
Boy, you really dodged a bullet there.
Really dodged a balloon there.
Much worse death than water.
No, the United Way dodged a bullet, because if these guys had capsized a couple of hours later, then they would be on the hook.
Right.
So the fact that, it just happened to be that I agree. I don't know.
You couldn't find them, but it's still heartbreaking. Right.
It is. And I guess they didn't know it yet, but it was always a recovery mission. It was never really a rescue mission.
Yeah.
Balloonfest did, in fact, set the Guinness Book World of Records for the biggest simultaneous balloon launch.
Biggest clusterfuck ever.
It only appeared in the Guinness Book of World Records once. That's in the 1988 print edition. The publication soon retired the category, citing safety concerns.
Just like they said, we will take no more entries for the eating a bicycle, right? Remember that one?
No. What?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a guy who ground up a bicycle and ate the whole thing to get in the Guinness Book of World Records. And then they're like, we will accept no more entries for this. We're going to retire this category. Yeah.
That goes in the Darwin Awards, not the Guinness Book of World Records. Wow.
Yeah.
Why would they have that in the first place? That sounds like...
No, there wasn't a category that was empty. No one's eaten a bicycle yet? No, he made that up and submitted it.
I know, but they took it, I guess, right?
And they took it.
Oh, gosh.
Before they considered that people are idiots and will try to, I can eat 2 bicycles.
Yeah.
I ate a 3-wheeler.
A tandem.
Right.
A penny farthing.
You look sweet when you eat a bicycle built for 2.
Balloonfest broke another record by raising a record-setting $47 million for the event. Hey, as far as, neither of you mentioned this, but the balloons, which many feared were plastic, were latex, which comes from the sap of rubber trees. And per Treb Heining, they biodegrade within 6 months, depending upon environmental conditions.
Oh, good.
Right. I know the flip side of that is they're sitting around for 6 months.
They're still
doing
sitting around.
shit, right? And birds are eating them or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I can see EPA having a promotional video where they're prying balloons off of a gull's beak or something.
Got his head in it.
Yes.
Right. It's inflating and deflating. Right.
Come here, baby. Let me get that from you. So there you go. Now, regarding the 2024 documentary that I just mentioned that provided this flip side, aiming to set the record straight, it was posted by the Plain Dealer, the same paper that published the 2011 article that implied the event was a disaster. The video's release was coincided with an op-ed from the editor of the Plain Dealer, Chris Quinn, who rebutted the misinformation popularized online following the 2011 article. Quinn, however, was also the editor of the Plain Dealer in 2011. And in the video, he takes responsibility for any omissions in the article. The piece, for example, suggests that the Guinness record never existed by pointing out that they couldn't find it today.
No. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it was
That's no
retired.
proof.
Yes.
That's no proof.
So they don't mention that part. But in his op-ed, Quinn wonders why the otherwise innocuous story turned negative, saying, quote, "I hope it was not our 2011 story that began the slow change in perception." End quote.
I can imagine on the day, this was 86, you said, right?
Yeah.
On the day, at worst, this was a slow motion train wreck. It was not evident right away that it was a catastrophe. It looked pretty cool.
It did.
Not everything was working perfectly, but the amoeba was blooming and it was swirling around the buildings. And I think if you were there, you're like, success, nice,
Yes.
woo, look at the balloons. It probably was celebrated at first. It wasn't until hindsight where you look back and go, oh.
Yeah, by accounts of folks, most of the folks that people attended, including children that were involved, it was a great day. It was glorious. It raised a lot of money. And people were happy, and that sight is really kind of just amazing to behold.
And also, that singular focus too. Everyone was like focused on this and working on it and involved, and that gives a certain kind of jubilant energy to a crowd. It's great to feel part of something.
Yeah. And the goal was to release 1.5 million balloons, and they probably released 1.3 or so. A bunch were stuck in the net. We saw, right, but. They kind of accomplished the goal. I mean, they did the thing like, yay, success. I can only imagine it was in hindsight that people were going, wait, what happened? Yeah. Oh, there was traffic. Oh, there was on the river. Oh, there was, gulls with balloon beaks. And I had no idea that could happen,
Yeah. Well, everybody in the documentary that I mentioned, including they had the original folks. So Dr. George Fraser is there talking about the inspiration for it. Treb Heining is interviewed, and a number of folks that helped technically to do it. Some of the children that participated that are adults now.
Do they still have their fingers?
They seem to. I didn't count. There wasn't a count done, but
no count.
They all downplayed any of the things that we mentioned that we could say, well, now in hindsight, even today, they still downplay that. Even the fact that the shores were littered in Canada, well, so that washes away, which seems a little odd to me. And I should say it's true that I couldn't find any contemporaneous articles that complained about the event, except for one op-ed. But there seemed to be, including that, there seemed to be some other things that suggest that maybe the trouble-free, sort of perspective on it by these folks in the documentary is not, even that isn't a perfect, analysis or representation of what happened. So this is what there was a letter. This is the best thing I could find. In 1986, there was a letter to the editor of the Plain Dealer titled "Balloon Launch Results in Ontario Beach Eyesore." And in that, the author estimated that 10 to 15,000 balloons littered the 8.5-mile stretch of Rondo Provincial Park. That they were latex seems to be of a lesser concern. As we're talking about here, they continue to wreak environmental, damage until they disintegrate.
Well, I mean, they're not there. Clearly, they're there, and they're causing both the eyesore and also interfering with people using the area, with animals using the area, all sorts of amazing, unexpected things. I guess you just what did you think was going to happen? Mm-hmm. You free the balloons, they float off into space somewhere, and each of them individually on their own in isolation goes and falls to the earth, and someone finds a little note. That's probably what they thought would happen.
That's exactly what they said they thought would happen.
There we go. Right. Which sounds fine.
Mm-hmm. And that may be what happened in Southern California when he had done it the year before. And he did something similar for the 1984 Summer Olympics. So this guy had a track record with no issues. But Cleveland's different. It's a different town.
The squall. It's all about the squall.
Yeah. Also, and by the way, I guess further sort of, affirming this idea that maybe it wasn't as a great idea as some of the folks in the documentary even portrays, that today balloon launches are banned in many cities, including Cleveland, primarily because of the danger they present to the environment.
Yes.
Earlier this month, now this is interesting to me because earlier this month, 1 year after the rose-colored documentary was published, People magazine posted an article, quote, "Cleveland fundraiser released 1.5 million balloons, then everything that could go wrong went wrong."
No.
And in it, they quote, they had that quote in there that I mentioned to you where they said that, wow, we're going to drown these balloons. Here's another quote from Fox 8's Neil Zerker, who also covered the event at the time. He said, quote, "It was almost like a volcano when it went off. Just about everything in the world that could go wrong went wrong that weekend."
Oh my gosh.
And in September of 2021, Augie Napoli, who was then the president and CEO of the United Way of Greater Cleveland, sent this statement, quote, "There is nothing positive to say about this event, no matter how well intended," end quote. So even the United Way years later was saying this wasn't a good idea. There was nothing good about it. We raised $47 million. Honestly, I guess where I'm left is I don't know what to think or believe about it except what you're able to extrapolate and have as an opinion of for yourself. Because
I
don't know.
Can you imagine the blowback? Forget what we know about what has happened. Imagine the blowback if at the event everyone is expecting this, raised all this money, and they go, "Yeah, my rain. We're going to call it off." There would have been a riot. Something like that is so public and it was like civic pride. It was happening here in our town to offset the flaming river, that it had to have so much inertia that what would have had to have been pending to call it off. I'm not sure you could have without even more blowback. Yeah. No win scenario, maybe.
Yeah. I found this from another article talking about just the environmental issues with the Cuyahoga. By 1989, the Cuyahoga was not quite pristine, but it was fireproof, according to the New York Times.
Woohoo! And fireproof river.
Some signs of life had reappeared, including...
About time.
Oh, boo! Now we're not doing so well. Some signs of life had reappeared, including insects and mollusks. And Cleveland's Water Pollution Control Commissioner averred that the Cuyahoga no longer oozed, but, quote, often gleamed and sparkled, end quote.
And the rats are much healthier.
Yes. Come here, little fella. Ow, you son of a bitch!
Squeak, 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 squeak.
But they had the plague. All right. Hey, that was our very grateful Thanksgiving show. There you
go. And we are so grateful to our early adopters, Rick Parker and Karen Fleaver. Fleaver? I'm sorry, Karen. I don't know what that was.
Karen Cleveland.
Hey, Karen Cleveland.
Her too.
I just realized we got some notes here, right? Oh, I'll tell them in a second.
Oh, yes. And much gratitude to our Secret of Our Success level Patreon supporters, John Henderson, Brandon Greer, Marcus Taylor, and Matt Marino.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. There's not a day, really, sure. There's probably not a day that I don't think about these guys, the folks that support our show. And there's many others that support our show that we don't name because they don't give us enough money. But we're grateful for all of you.
Up the ante if you really truly appreciate it.
We probably should have read all their names today. Ah, son of a bitch.
Yes,
Next episode,
actually.
we'll do that. We'll do that next episode. I promise.
Okay.
Let's
we'll do
release a
that.
balloon for each patron that we have.
Yes.
We'll tie their name onto it.
Be record setting.
And a rat.
You know, it's like, I'm going to blow this towards John Henderson.
And a rat. No, that's just
And a rat.
Marcus's balloon. You
Oh,
tie a
I'm
rat
gonna
to
send
that.
Marcus
I'm going to
gets
send
a rat.
Marcus, right? A bloated rat
Everyone else gets a little note.
with the plague. Seriously, but thank you guys. We're so very grateful for you. Oh my goodness. How could we show our appreciation other than doing a podcast that we do most weeks? Hey, if you want to join this again, sort of this esteemed group of folks, you'll have our forever gratitude. Go to patreon.com/1980s now to find out how, or follow us on YouTube, Facebook, subscribe to our podcast here. Seriously, that makes it's free and it makes a huge difference because of the Matrix.
Discoverability. Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hey, we got a couple of comments here that I'll add in right now, and maybe we'll do whatever. Brandon, with regard to the balloon, Brandon says locust swarm. Yeah, I know, right? That's crazy. Marcus says, looks like a horror movie ball pit. Yeah. Oh, he also just sent us the middle finger.
Yes. I think that was for John.
Yeah.
There you go, Johnny.
Looks like a Galaga ship.
You
Thank
sent
you.
us a Galaga ship. Thank you. Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
That's
Nice, John.
definitely what he meant. That's definitely it.
Ted says, I think John mispronounced Flustercluck.
I did.
Good correction there, Ted.
And he also says, happy Thanksgiving, y'all. And yes, likewise from us. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We will talk to you next time on 1980s Now.
Until next time.
Boing.
Boyong, the balloon company. Yeah.
It's that centerfold.